Becca C. Smith here, and today is day 30 of NaNoWriMo. Okay, we're on the last day. Yesterday was rough. Oh my gosh. It was rough. I'm hoping today won't be as rough. I'm feeling positive, although I was feeling positive yesterday too at this time. But I actually have already gotten a quick start this morning. I've done 300 words. I feel like I know where I'm going. I did some tweaks from, I think, things that were bothering me last night that I had written, contradictory things. And I actually thought of something interesting because, you know, as we do as writers, we have our doubts, a lot of doubts. And I was starting to rethink this whole telling each person's story, because basically the plot really starts with this one character when she reaches the volcano mines, because that's just the plot of the story, you know. She reaches the volcano mines, you know, all this stuff happens, saving the planet, blah blah blah. But by writing her story alone, I'm doing all of the journey leading up to the mines, like I said, the dynamic between her and her captor, and you know, finding her magical powers and, you know, and using them to help free the people who had been captured with her. So I started doubting. I started thinking, will anybody want to read this? I mean, this isn't even like, I mean, this is just like really, you know, finding what's happening, you know. And I realized I was in screenplay mode where, you know, each scene has to move the plot along. That's just the way it is, because you only have a finite amount of time to tell a story in a, you know, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, some movies 3 hours. But you only have a certain amount of time to tell the story, so you have to make sure every scene counts. And that is just not the case in books. I mean, every scene, of course, should count and should definitely move. The pace should move you along. You shouldn't be bored out of your mind. But I was thinking about Brandon Sanderson, and, you know, his books are very long, and I'm a huge fan. If you haven't watched my channel, I'm, like, obsessed. But I was thinking about his Way of Kings series, or Stormlight Archives, where in Way of Kings, you know, we're introduced to one of the main characters, Kaladin, and really the plot of Kaladin doesn't really hit until he is in Bridge 4, but that doesn't even happen until like the middle of the book, or even farther, I think. I don't remember, but you know, the first opening is we're learning about him on this journey. Anyway, I don't want to give away the book if you haven't read it, but it just made me realize that my character's journey is what makes it interesting. And that's sometimes what books can do and movies can't, is that, you know, movies, you know, they only have a finite amount of time. TV shows can do it more like books, because you have a lot more time to tell a story. So I decide, you know, I let it go, and especially on the last day, I'm like, don't let this hang you up on the last day, and I'm just going to continue forward. Worst case scenario, if I do feel like it's not enough interesting info, I'll cut it, but I'm going to write it out. Okay, around 3 o'clock I go exercise at the gym. That usually takes about an hour and a half. Sometimes that throws me off completely, because after I exercise, it's nighttime already, I take a shower, I kind of just want to wind down for the day. But obviously I don't think I'll be able to do that unless I can write, you know, 5,000 words in 3.5 hours, which is not going to happen. I'm thinking I might actually finish, which would be kind of amazing, at a live write-in tonight. It's going to be on Brooke Passmore's channel, By the Brook, and Mandy Lynn and Natalia Lee are going to be there, and I've loved their write-ins. The three of them have such a great dynamic, and they're very inspiring and very encouraging. They're also different, which is what I love, but they're also, all three of them are very positive, which is extremely important in these last hours of NaNoWriMo, and I still have to write 5,000 words. Alright, I'm gonna get to it. Okay, I've done 794 words so far, but I'm about to have lunch, so I'm kind of in a percolation mode, if you will. So I thought it might be inspiring to get my 30-day badge, even though I haven't won yet. So I'm going to enter the 794 and record myself getting this freaking badge. 794. Here we go. Yay! You've earned this badge, updating your word count 30 days in a row. Whether you hit your goal or not, you should be seriously proud. Ugh, I have not. Claim your nano win. Can't do it yet, but I am currently at 45,169 words, so under 5,000 words, and it's 12:30. So I'm going to keep writing, and I got this. I am back from working out. As you can see, I'm in my jammies again because I've got nowhere to go except right here in front of my computer to finish these last little less than 4,000 words. Okay, so I am about to join Brooke, Natalia, and Mandy. They're already in progress on their live write-in, so hopefully I can catch at least an hour and a half of it, more maybe. It's about 4:30, so I need this.
1,156 words. That was the...
Yay!
Okay.
Wow.
1156. How much was I supposed to do?
I think
I'm below. Dang it! I have like 400 more words to write.
Oh, you're so close though.
Dang it! I wanted to win on here for you guys. How much did I do again? I forgot.
How fast can you write 400 words?
Yeah, that's the question now.
I mean, maybe we could do a 5-minute sprint to where I'm like.
Okay.
I'm going to validate. I'm going to claim my official win. All right. Validate. Congratulations! Wow. Oh my God. I won. Ah, this was a hard nano. But I won, did not finish the novel. Obviously, I've talked about this. That's okay. But I got a big chunk done. And what's crazy is that Alara's, I was just working on Alara's story. Just hers alone right now is 25K, and I'm not even halfway done. So I really might consider releasing them as separate books, or it's just going to be one really freaking long book. The thing is that I have a feeling even if each book ended up being somewhere around 60 and 70K, I still, as a high fantasy, I still might be able to put it together as one book. He just always has to be a part of the video, and he really just always wants to stick his butt in your face. I'm so sorry. The thing is that the only two characters that story is connected is are the twins, Nema and Inar. And so their stories are side by side. So their story could be 70K just for the two of them. So if that's the case, then it would be, 3 70K stories altogether is, over 200,000 words. But that's like a 700-800 page novel. That's not terrible. I mean, Brandon Sanderson's books are like 1,300 pages long, and I've been reading fantasy my whole life, and that's kind of average. 1,000 to 1,500 pages is sort of normal for a fantasy. So it might just be that I'm perfectly on track for a normal fantasy. We'll see. I'm going to finish Alara's story first and go from there. But I'm not going to do that for a while. I need a break. Yes. Snake has now... Snake is a little bit like a dog. He likes to play fetch, and he has now brought over his string for me to play with him, so I must do as the cat wants. Because I've been sitting here all freaking day, and he's been very, very patient. Although he's not being so patient right now. How are you, bud? Like, yeah, I like the scratchies, but it's time to play. It is just time to play. Alright, that is it for me. I hope you guys won too. Even if you didn't, you still freaking won, because any words this month is a win. I just went a little crazy this year because I just really wanted to get that 50K, and it's 8:30. I am going to watch my rewards that I've set aside for myself, 2 TV shows. And thank you guys so much for this Nano. It's meant the world to me. All your comments kept me going. I really, really, like I said before, I really honestly would not have been able to do it without you. So thank you. I'm sure I'll end up doing a whole shout out thank you video later. But thank you. Alright guys. I probably won't see you tomorrow. I'll probably go back to doing my videos like once a week or so. Maybe more. We'll see. We'll see what Snake wants. Right, buddy? Yeah. This has to be in camera. Such a ham.